All right, man, looked like we could shoot the ball and make free throws. All of a sudden, 18 made threes. So we've had our share of nights of some cold shooting, and nice to see guys stepping the balls with confidence and see the ball going like that. We had 5 double-figure scorers, and we had 2 more with 9. So on the edge, of having 7 double-figure scorers, 23 assists. We always talk about winning 20 in 10 games, 23 assists, 10 turnovers. So check that box there, and then we got 30 deflections. And so, it's really all we've talked about here lately in the last 48 hours is our defense. And funny how you come out and have the best offensive game you've had all year. And, it's been a little bit of, a challenging couple of days of just making sure that, our guys understand that, 6 conference wins going into the night, we're holding teams to 68 points a game. 6 conference losses, they're scoring 82. And there's a 14-point gap that at the end of the day, we have to own. And you can't say it's, oh man, maybe it depends on the opponent. I mean, we held Stanford to 70, right? And so, at the end of the day, we've had some really good defensive performances regardless of opponent. And then at the end of the day, we've had some really poor defensive performances regardless of opponent. And that's a choice we have to make. Are we going to hold the standard? Are we going to be consistent in our defensive approach and hold the standard to play as hard as we can play and play as connected as we need to play to give ourselves a chance? Because that's what this team is. This team has to be a defensive team. And, it's nice to see a night tonight where we scored 96. But that hasn't, we're game 27 right now. That hadn't really been our MO. Now, if we want to keep scoring 96, I'm not going to have a problem with that. But, if Tom House wants to keep shooting like that, and, we want to make 18 threes, then yeah, you're going to have a little bit more margin on nights like that. But for the most part, we got to hold people in, 70 or below. And, tonight the tempo of the game got pretty quick. They were playing fast, we were playing fast. And, I thought we had a really, really good first half defensively. I didn't think we were quite as good as the second half. But give our guys a lot of credit. I thought a bunch of guys stepped up at critical times. Ben with the 2 huge free throws on the F1 to put it to 10, and then obviously Garrett made his free throws tonight. It looked like I guess we were 16 for 20 from the free throw line. So it's good to see the guys just go out there and play with confidence. And I reminded them last night team meeting, like, you don't get to 18 wins and now 19 wins if you're not a good team. And we have to understand that. And it's the parity of college basketball, and you can see the night tonight in the SoCon. It's just going to be wild nights, and it's going to continue to be like that. But we're a good team. We've got good players, but our defense has to show up. And when it shows up, we're going to have a chance to win. And if it doesn't, we're going to be in danger of losing. And it's not much more complicated than that. And we get to halftime tonight. We get 20 deflections in the first half, and we're up 17. And so that's the mindset that we've got to play with. And now we need to go sustain that, and we need to try to continue to try to do it for 40.
Coach, in the 2 losses last week, you had an outstanding first 10 minutes at ETSU and an outstanding second 10 minutes at Chattanooga. And things didn't go that well after that. So tonight I kind of noted it was 33-12, 10 minutes ago in the first half. I think Mercer went on a little 8-0, 10-0 run. Tom House hit a 3. Tom House hit Ben for a dunk. Then Tom House hit another 3. How is it, they're going to come back. They're not going to score. They're not going to stay on this 12-point pace the rest of the game. But how big does it just take one guy making a play to kind of get everything back down to normal a little bit and just go on about your way?
The luxury tonight is we had a third guy step up. And so, you don't have the pressure of just like when teams go on these runs and, hey, Nick and PJ got to get something done, and then they're out there chasing these guys and topping them. Tonight, like, we had not just Tom step up, we had multiple guys step up. And so it releases the pressure, and it allows, it doesn't put the whole burden of offense on PJ, it doesn't put the whole burden of offense on Nick. And then they got to account for other guys, and if they want to go stand by those 2, and we have other guys that are making plays and the paint's open and there's space, then yeah, some of our other guys are going to get wide open shots. I thought Ed hit a huge shot when they were making that run in the second half. He's wide open to the top of the key. Like, if they're going to be extended and attached on those 2, there's going to be a lot of space for other guys. And we needed those guys to step up. And at Chattanooga, I think Tom and Ed were 1 for 9 from 3. tonight, man, I mean, heck, you look at it, I mean, Tom goes 6 for 9, and, you know, Ed goes 2 for 3. So tonight, you know, they're 8 for 12. Well, it's a big difference. And you know, hopefully it kind of lies in the middle on most nights, you know, and you get it closer to the mean there. And you got guys that are shooting shots with confidence and hitting shots from the edges and not putting all this pressure on those two players. You know, it's, but it's a game of runs, right? Like, I mean, we had a huge start. We're not going to beat them by 80. You know, we're not going to play 4 10-minute periods like that. We made our run, they're going to make a run. And then we made our run, right? And then out of halftime, they made a run. And we made a run. And, you know, you want to try to stop those runs as quick as you can. You know, when they went on their big run in the second half, I thought, you know, we weren't quite as good on the ball. And then I thought Holt started really putting us inside. And I thought once we got those two things settled, I thought we finished the game with really good defense.
I look at Cooper Bowser's line, and Scott alluded to it earlier. It kind of looks like James Dickey's from UNCG from the past. How big was he on the defensive end tonight? Affected, I guess, 9 possessions directly with 4 steals and 5 blocks. Let's talk about his effect on the game.
Yeah, I mean, I told our staff at halftime, I mean, I think it was Chad said something in the coach's room. You know, he's got 2 points and 1 rebound or something. I feel like he's got the most impact on our team right now. He was just really, you know, making plays defensively, and we decided to push him back tonight in the paint and really just try to have him, you know, Chattanooga got behind us, and, you know, they got a bunch of layups on us, and so we just decided to use him as a true rim protector, and so he had a career high in blocks tonight with 5, and you know, he's a unique shot blocker. He's long, he's athletic, you know, he's somebody that can really affect the rim, and we need rim protection. You know, I mean, a lot of people think that, hey, threes, and threes are great, but like the real sauce in this is, can you get layups? And you know, the best offenses are the ones that are generating both. Can you get scores at the rim? Can you get scores at the 3-point line? And you know, we wanted to use him tonight to take away some of those easy ones they got in Macon. And I thought for the most part he did a good job. Like I said, like our sustainability of our defense in the second half dropped a little bit, but fortunately, I think it did pick back up those last 10 minutes, and I thought we were much better than the game.
Coach, your thoughts on Tom House tonight? It was not more than just the points, but his defense was really a lot better. Can you speak on his transition so far?
Yeah, I was really happy for Tom tonight, and you know, Tom's been really playing well the last, I would say, 3 weeks. Like, this night was coming, and he can do this more. I mean, I know, you know, I'm not trying to put pressure on him to make 26 points every night. I'm not saying that, but listen, you don't get offers from Florida State and Georgia if you're not a really good player. You know, we're all down there in COVID watching him in the Peach Jam, you know, against the best players in the country, and he's impacting the games. And the way he did it was he played hard, he competed, he played with a level of passion that, like, it was almost like tangible, and he made shots. He could raise up and he could make shots, and he had size. And so, you know, you don't get to Florida State and not be able to have a unique ability to be able to do that. And so, you know, tonight you could see the look of confidence in him early. You know, you just watch his, you know, how the ball gets off and how fast it was getting off. And he just looked like he had some pop and some bounce to him. And we've been seeing that in practice. He was incredible Monday in practice. I'm not sure he missed a shot. And I was hoping that would continue tonight, and sure enough it did. So he is a shot maker. He's a really good player. This team needs him, you know, to without the pressure to score 26. But when we have a third shooter out there, man, it just changes stuff, and it takes some pressure off of those two. And man, it was fun to see him. He needed a game like that, and he's somebody that's worked really, really hard. And you know, he worked as hard as anybody in our program this summer, and he's been wanting to see it pay off. And you know, hard work, you never know when it's going to pay off, but at some point it's going to give you dividends. And you know, I think that's going to propel him to have a strong finish on the year, and then I think it's going to also push him into the offseason and potentially set him up for a great senior year.
After the big first half for Nick and Tom, I thought it was kind of a key there to open the second half. PJ down the 3, because PJ hadn't had maybe a shot fall like he wants maybe lately, but it sure as heck hadn't affected the rest of his game. And I thought he and Robinson from Mercer, they kind of made each other's lives difficult tonight. They were just all over each other, both ends of the court. And PJ still, you know, maintained composure and let this team.
Yeah, I thought PJ led well tonight. You know, the thing I love about PJ tonight, 8 assists, 3 steals, and what I told him last night in our team meeting, I just went through player by player and just, this is what you do when we're really good. And that was my big challenge to him, is like, when we're playing well, you're not just a 3-point shooter. Like, you're a paint threat, you're a distributor, like you're making all kind of plays. And in our wins, 50% of your shots are from 3, and our losses, 72% of your shots are from 3. And you can't let this narrative be that, hey, he's just a 3-point shooter. Like, you gotta just go be a player. And tonight, that's what I thought he did. I thought he went and made plays. So you look at the plus and minus. I mean, he's second behind Ben. He's plus 20. And you know, because okay, well, maybe he only went 2 for 8 from 3, but he got 4 rebounds. He got 12 points. He got 8 assists. He got 3 steals, right? And so he played a complete game. And I think sometimes when you're a shot maker, you get lost in that, right? Like, just go play the game. And there's all kind of ways to impact the game. And you know, I told him at one moment where he threw the ball somewhere and they hit it and the ball kind of popped around and went out of bounds and we gained possession. I just told him, I said, hey, relax, be confident, like, just go be you. And I thought from that point in the game, I thought he made some critical plays to push the margin back up.
I know we've mentioned a lot of players so far, but we'd be remiss without mentioning Ben Vanderwall again. I thought the turning point really in the game was where he makes the sprint, you know, into the front court and gets the pass, I think, from Tom House, and goes in for the dunk or whatever and gets the flagrant foul called against Mercer. You just talk about, I mean, he just has a knack for, I don't know, for when you need a moment to like provide that. Is that a special skill or a talent, or can you just talk about that?
Yeah, I mean, just Ben's obsessed with winning. And, you know, look, I've tried to do a few things in the last 4 or 5 games to see if we can get our offense a little better, see if we can increase some space, throw some more shooters out there. And, you know, look, sometimes you make decisions and they just don't work. And for whatever reason, we thought it would be a good idea to space the floor. You know what? They created space, but then we didn't make the shots, and then we gave up 85 points. So, like, that's not who we're gonna be, you know. And you just gotta. I'm the type of coach, like, I want to score 80 a game. Like, that's just kind of what I like to do. I think the fans like it. I think it's fun. I think the tempo's good. Like, I want to be complete, and I'm always trying to figure out, like, okay, how do we put pressure on defenses, but then also how do we guard? And so, you know, our defense has been pretty good most of the time, not all the time. And in the last 10 days or so, I've been trying to figure out, could we do a few things to make the offense a little better? And, you know, after the Chattanooga game, I said, you know what, I'm done with that. Like, this is who we are. We're a defensive team. If they score 75, we're gonna be in trouble. Okay, so, you know, here's what it is. We've won 18 games. Every single game we've won, for the most part, we've played pretty good defense. And if we don't go play defense, we have no shot. And then we go out there Monday and we had a really, really competitive practice. And we had 7 competitive segments. Well, guess who got the most wins? Ben Vanderwall. Guess who got the most wins this summer? Ben Vanderwall. Guess who got the most wins this fall? Ben Vanderwall. Okay? Like, it's unorthodox. You know what I mean? Like, I look at all the numbers and all the analytics, you know, going into the night. We're 6-6 in the league. He plays 24 minutes or more, we're 5-2. Okay, so I get it. They're putting the man in the paint, they're doing all this stuff. Well, we gotta figure that out. And tonight they did the same thing, you know, it didn't affect us. He did a pretty good job. He's learning to deal with it a little bit more. We're trying to set a few more on balls with him, trying to make him a little bit more of an active screener. And you know, but hey, he hit his free throws tonight. He stepped into the corner 3 and he knocked the 3 down in the corner. But man, he got offensive rebounds. He got deflections. He makes our defense come alive a little bit. Like, he's obsessed with trying to figure out how to win games. And so our best version includes him in it. And regardless of what defenses try to do, for me to take him out of the game and for me not to play him as much, I'm taking winning substance off the court, and I just can't do that. And my job as a coach is to figure out how to get shots regardless of what they're doing. And I thought we did a better job of that tonight. Now, they also went in, you know, so that's always added bonus when they go in. But you know, Ben's a winner, and so I guess now playing 24 minutes or more, we're 6-2.